doing this for a while, so I'm going to cruise.
But before we finish the big dig, I would like to have the police chief come with us. And you've heard me say this, and it's, I'm going to get back harping on it again. You know, $20 million facelift and fixing up all these properties, unless we start tackling some of the social problems of our community, it's just a new street with the same problems. And so I've walked maybe 70% of all the streets in Barrie and talked to people in all the neighborhoods. And you know what the issue, more than anything I've heard, is that people are concerned about the drug problem there. Mm-hmm. And that's one issue. I'm interested in talking to the police chief about enforcing our loitering and things that where people can start feeling safer in our community. But I will say to you, the number one issue is not Main Street, it's not this. They all say, oh, it's going to be nice and everything else. But I hear more about people's concern about in any neighborhood you walk around, neighbors say to me, that house there, they're in and out of there all the time. You know, on this street, on that street, and everything else. And, you know, people are frustrated with that. And the question is, what are the police doing? And that's what that is what I've heard.
Yeah, and I think we ought to have Tim in here.
Yeah.
And the inference that people draw is cops aren't doing anything. And that's the mere fact that people see what they perceive to be and could likely be drug activity. I mean, I'm sure that the police right now are staking out half a dozen different places. I mean,
and what I'm after, Steve, is to have a discussion, and from my perspective, is saying this is social problem number one. Tim, what do we need for resources to going after this? As you're developing the budget, now's the time to have that conversation. And I just think that, and I know that there are certain things that are going on through the drug task force and everything, but the point I'm saying is that is the biggest issue that I have heard, and I've been almost all through Ward 2 and Ward 3, and I'm now back in Ward 1, and that is what I am hearing from the neighborhoods that I'm walking. So I'd like to see us, you know, start to deal and identify that as, and, you know, as you heard me say, Mayor Flynn cleaned up the combat zone in Boston by using health regulations, using building codes and everything else, and cleaned that whole section up. And so that's what I just think it's a problem, and let's go after it. So I would like at some point to have that discussion as we get closer to where we're going.
Yes, sir. Did you have comments, sir?
Yes, I do.